Hello, comic book community. So today I have a pretty big unboxing video. So it's 3 boxes, but there are some real major books in here. I don't generally refer to things as grails, that kind of thing. I usually think of a grail as something that is relatively unobtainable, you know, like a Tech 27 or Action 1, that kind of thing. But these are what I would call major keys. There should be, I believe, 5 books. So there should be 5 books in here, all very major keys. And then what I've also got is a couple of them are part of some runs I'm trying to put together. So I brought those other books up as well. Since, like I mentioned in kind of my introductory video, one of the things I thought would be interesting with this, or what that I like doing, is kind of showing off the covers along with the titles, or the numbers and the titles, so that if you see these books, you can quickly recognize what they are and what the significance is of that book. It's also fun, just kind of showing off the books that you really like that's in your collection. So and so these all really meet that. I'm going to start with, let's see, I'm going to start with this book. So this is just, let's see, what is it? This is just, this is one book. This is probably the biggest one that's in, actually, yeah, because of that, maybe I'll wait to do that one at the end. I'll start with this one. So, again, these are all books that I found on Instagram. This one looks like it was shipped really well. This is using, just because there's different options that you have. You've got these priority mail boxes that are, they're free from the U.S. Postal Service, but they're not real stiff, so usually you want to be good about adding additional packaging and everything in there to keep things from moving around. But you can also buy boxes from places like Uline. So this is a Uline box. And this is a 14 by 10 by 2, which is a good size box for one slab. They have a whole bunch of different sizes, and so you can use that as well if you want to have a box that has a little more rigidity to it. But you obviously have to pay for those. So here we've got one book, and the other, sorry, just one other thing. The other nice thing about those boxes is I often will save them, and you reuse them. Anything to kind of keep stuff out of the trash. This should be a Fantastic Four, very early Silver Age key issue. So one of the runs that I'm trying to put together, just kind of for fun, because I think I've talked about it before, I think it's just one of the top, one of the kind of the biggest, most important, or kind of key runs in Marvel for the Silver Age. I mean, it's just packed with key issues, and so that's Fantastic Four number 1 through 6, and I'm trying, because you've got, like I said, Fantastic Four number 1 is obviously first appearance Fantastic Four, 2 is the first Skrulls, 3 is the first time you see them in their costumes. It's also got the Fantasticar, that kind of thing. 4 is the first Silver Age Submariner, 5 is first Doctor Doom, and 6 is the first supervillain Marvel team up with Doctor Doom and Submariner, as well as the second appearances of both Doctor Doom and Submariner. And this is one of the pieces that is missing from that run for me, and that is Fantastic Four number 3. It's a low grade, it's a 2.0, and it's because, I don't know if you can see up here, it's because the cover is detached is the main reason, but for me, like, it presents really well. It has a little tape pull down here on the Human Torch's arm, but in general, it's a really nice looking 2.0. And that's why, like, something just to consider when you're looking for books, for kind of big key books, is if you want a book that looks really nice, that ends up being kind of affordable and a lower grade, look for ones that have, detached covers, or, kind of like split spines, things like that. you can get books that look really, really nice because those issues immediately lower the grade significantly. And so like this one has almost, I mean, essentially no creasing, so it looks just real sharp. And yeah, real happy with this one. It looks great. And so kind of to go along with this is one of the things I wanted to just kind of show. So I think one of my prior videos, I said, I had gotten a new copy of number 6. So this was the old copy of number 6 that I had. And then this is the new copy of number 6. And so you can see here you've got Dr. Doom and Submariner on the cover with all the Fantastic Four and everything. So that's number 6. Then number 5, my copy is really low grade, but I am happy to have it. Any copy of Fantastic Four number 5, I'm happy to have. So this is number 5, which is the first appearance of Dr. Doom, and it's clearly got a very large piece missing out of the top up here, but you can still see Dr. Doom real clear. You can see Doom on there. And I have like a little printout that if I really want for presentation purposes that I can kind of like slide in there so you can see the rest of the cover. But yeah, no, so that's number 5. Then this is number 4. So this is the first Silver Age appearance of Submariner. This is also a lower grade copy, probably around a 1. It's got a bunch of tape holding it together and I think an extra staple added. But still presents real nice, pretty nice colors and everything like that. And then this is number 2, and so this one's actually a real high-grade copy of number 2. So this is the first appearance of the Skrulls, and it's got this cool yellow cover, and you've got all of them on there. And you can see the difference here. They don't have their costumes on in this cover, but on number 3 here they do. So that's that transition point when you get to see them in their costumes. But yeah, so that's that run I'm putting together, and you can see the one that I'm missing is Fantastic Four number 1, which is the real pricey one of that group. So, but hopefully I'll get one eventually. Then what I'll do next is this box here, and this one has 3 books in it. One of the, from a video that I had posted on Instagram before I started doing these on YouTube, one of the books that I showed was a Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. And so that's the first appearance of the Sinister Six. And we don't know for sure, but it really seems like they're going to be bringing the Sinister Six to at least the Spider-Man Sony universe, or maybe eventually the tie-in with the MCU. And so kind of getting any of those keys from of those villains is not a bad thing to do at this time, when they haven't really been announced yet. And so this might be the only one that I haven't had before from that group of those villains, because it's what is it? It's this is, sorry, so here we go. So this is Amazing Spider-Man number 15, and I'm gonna take it out of the bag here. So this is Amazing Spider-Man number 15. It's first appearance of Kraven. It's a really nice looking copy. It's a CBCS instead of CGC. I think every other book that I've shown so far has been CGC. Those are the two kind of major grading companies. I personally generally prefer CGC because they are more desired by collectors on average, so they're easier to move if you want to sell something. They also tend to command about a 10 to 20% premium. I don't think that's justified, but it's just the facts. That's what the market seems to dictate at this time. Now, maybe as more people use CBCS, that'll change, but yeah, but it allows you to get kind of some real cool books like this for a pretty good price. So this is one of them, Amazing Spider-Man number 15, first appearance of Kraven. This is a book that I have a 6.0 of. This is a 5.5, so it's not an upgrade or anything like that, but when I come across this book for a good price, I will buy it, because there's just so much demand for this book, and the price never really seems to go down. I'm sure, there are always ups and downs in the market, but I will gladly pick this one up whenever I see it for a good price. So this is Marvel Spotlight number 5, his first appearance of Ghost Rider. And, like I said, anytime you can get this book at or maybe a little under GPA, I would pick it up, because it's just, I think it's for whatever reason, it's one of the most in-demand books in the market. So then we've got another one here. So I picked up a couple more of these little stands. So then we've got one more book in here, and this one is also an Amazing Spider-Man book. And this one probably rivals the book that's in this other box in terms of price. I've had a copy before, actually in this exact same grade, that I sold earlier this year, and I bought it again and had to pay a little more than what I sold it for. But that's kind of what I like to do. I like to buy and sell books, and prices change. You have to change your mindset and how much you're willing to pay for that book. I think this one actually might look a little bit nicer than the one I had, even though it's the same grade. So this is Amazing Spider-Man number 129, so the first appearance of Punisher, and just one of the most well-known covers from Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, you got Punisher right out there on the cover, you got Spider-Man there. It's an awesome yellow cover. There's a reason why this book is in so much demand. I mean, it's because Punisher's a cool character, but also it's a great first appearance cover. So those are the 3 books from that I got from this Amazing Spider-Man 129, Amazing Spider-Man number 15, first Kraven, and then Marvel Spotlight number 5, the first appearance of Ghost Rider. So that is those books. Now for the last one. I got a lot of stuff up here right now. So this last book, I'll be honest, the packaging on this one makes me a little bit nervous, which is why I'm a little nervous when it's a book that's this expensive. I'm not going to show, but basically you can feel the book moving around in the box, which I don't like to feel. You want enough packaging in there to keep it all in place. Just because these, so you can kind of see how loose that was. The reason is that these books can often move around a little bit in the CGC cases, and so then what can happen is if somebody's tossing that package around, there's a potential that the edge of the book is going to slam into the side of the little, little plastic case that it's in. So, it's just the risk that it's more likely the book is going to get damaged. So, it's something I recommend, just fill in the rest of the space with newspaper or packing peanuts or bubble wrap or, just printer paper, whatever it is, something to keep it from moving around. Everything looks good on it, so that's good. So this Take it out of the bag. This is a book that's been very controversial over the last, I mean, it always kind of has been, but it really has picked up over the last year or so. And it's about the first appearance of Wolverine, so whether it's the first cameo or first full. And this is Incredible Hulk number 180 in a 9-0, so this is the first cameo appearance of Wolverine. The more well-known cover is number 180, or is Hulk 181, where he's on the cover fighting the Hulk. And this one, Hulk is on the cover fighting Wendigo, and then Wolverine appears on the final page. But this is a real nice copy, a 9-0. Looks really sharp, really nice centering. The yellows look really good. The kind of reddish orange on the Hulk's name looks really good. So I'm real happy with this book. So the other one I had to show, so I've got this one, and then I have a 9.4 of Hulk 182, and so this is the second cameo appearance of Wolverine. And I believe the second full appearance is Giant Size X-Men number 1. I have a low-grade copy of that. I didn't bring that up here, but I also, so the little run here that I was talking about was Hulk 180, Hulk 181, and Hulk 182. I have a 181. I was hoping it would be here by the time I filmed this, but I didn't want to wait to open these just because they're expensive books, and I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything, that was an issue when I opened them. But the Hulk 181 got delayed by FedEx, so it is not here yet. But that one is a 7.5 green label, so qualified, and which in its case it has had the Marvel value stamp cut out. But if basically is you interpret whatever the value of the book is, and for me it was a great price for that qualified book. I'll try to get a blue label as time goes on to kind of put these together, and then over time hopefully try to upgrade them. But I mean they are expensive books, and they seem to keep going up in price, and I don't think 180 is ever going to catch 181, but it is getting a lot more popularity. I think just kind of because people are talking about it a lot more. But yeah, so this is this is a little longer video than I've normally done, just because it was a bunch of what I consider very major key books, and so I wanted to just kind of show them and where they fit in with the other books that I have in my collection. So thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, add some comments below if you've got any of these books that you're trying to get, or any runs that you're trying to put together, and let me hear about it. Happy to talk about it. So thanks again for watching, and I will film some more stuff when I get some more books in. Thanks again.